Well, I just meant specifically because that's when all the extrinsic rewards from the event dry up.
Hmm.
AKA 80 is the last piece of the set.
Yeah. And I am down, I think, until the season over. So like 23, if I think it's 23rd. They just keep on
Yep.
going until. Oh, darn it. I clicked early, so
I might
see.
have to open up PoE to see if how bad any major changes is going to be with the update. Or although we're not that far in, so it's not going to be any major updates on
Yeah.
builds.
A lot of us are going to be like, I don't remember this. Don't remember where I am. Who I am.
Oh no!
Hmm. No, I have a blight map. Nope, not a blight ravage map to make us suffer through.
All right. Here. Dude, I hit menu and
Hmm?
it is. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I get. You know what? Maybe we should do that while we have the time.
Just test.
Is your other stuff on the correct drive for
Let me
Friday?
see. Let me see where Path of Exile is located.
Well, I meant like PoE 2 and Don't Starve.
Storage.
Because if PoE 1 is struggling like that,
Okay, so PoE
yikes.
1 is on the D drive. It looks like
Yeah,
PoE.
that's your like hard drive. So
Yeah. You know what? I don't know when the next time I'm going to play Helldivers 2. Um, Marvel Rivals. Actually, we can delete Enshrouded because that's going to be about a minimally 6 months until we play that.
I would have thought Marvel Rivals would be pretty down there because
Yeah.
that's very much a thing you don't do yourself.
Yeah, I'll move that to the D
Just
drive
like Overwatch.
because. Okay, so things are moving to the D drive. Baldur's Gate is very spicy on not any fast drives. I don't know about Split Fiction, but I'm not going to test that. Don't Starve together can be on the D drive. Childlike can be on D drive. Binding of Isaac can be on D drive. Repo seems like it could be on the D drive. It's very low poly. Move. And after moving those, I'll just move Path of Exile. Do you want to see the SFF case that I've ordered? That will be my travel pal.
Sure.
It's the it is the blue one. I'll just send it to you. Whee. Have they announced what the new season of Path of Exile is going to be?
What? As soon as I
Number
spawn,
2?
man.
No, for this one.
Or
One.
no, I think they just said it's under development and it's gonna be a bit.
So even though
I think they don't really release the more specific info until it's like when they start doing the patch notes and like reveal trailers and stuff for a week or two before the new.
so even though our level 80 contest is over soon, pretty much Settlers will still keep on going.
I think until the new league, yeah. Let me double check.
What is Barrett?
QE1. It's expecting a release in June.
Okay. So we got more time for even once we hit 80 and stuff like that.
Even Settlers, yeah.
So we'll have some time to.
So after the event ends, then we'll probably go about that one.
Yeah.
It's staggered because the like new thing for PoE 2 just came out, so
That's
that's
what
also part of
that's
it.
what the big update is.
Yep. Time to start from scratch all over again.
Is that the dawn of the hunt? Oh wow, new class, 5 new ascendancy classes.
Okay, maybe I'll try it because I'm the one that's sharing it with David, and guess I better open it up soon enough. I'm gonna be the new class because I've played a lot more of the game than all of y'all, so I shouldn't be like. I was planning on going different style with the sorceress than David was going, but it's like also I know that bothered you a bit,
No,
or like
I think it was just more of as long as we set ourselves to more than anything, we're sharing loot. We're not fighting over loot. I think what bothers me more is the constant, like with our barbarian run, is the constant fighting over loot. Because we more than anything,
I mean, it also makes it easier to figure out what loot we need. Is we just need to find triple of it.
There you
Instead of
go.
looking at everything and being like, "Is this the right thing? No, that isn't good for anyone. Is that the right thing? No, but that's also not good for anyone." Instead, you just see Unga Bunga and go Unga Bunga.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's fair. Very fair.
Because it's not like unless we can set parameters for it to really drop 3 times the loot in our Pacific class. No matter what, we'll get probably maybe 2 times the loot with all 3 of us playing for all the classes, which thusly is still 1 times the loot.
Yeah. Especially with how PoE 2 is, with there's not much deterministic crafting options. So it is almost entirely just drop based
Yeah, and I'm like,
trade.
I think that's it. Like, it's not. That's really. I guess I like to have systems where it's promoting like, hey, I know you like this style, and this dropped, and I picked it up. Do you want like? But then it's like, here's my leftovers, you know. And then a lot of times, not even the leftovers are shared; they get put into a chest, and then that person's chest is fully stored to the brim. And then you have to go, excuse me, sir?
You're shooting maybe a few shots off Ethan a little bit.
Just a little. But he's been very generous. But then it's like that generosity had to be worked into that run, because it's how scarce resources get.
Oh, I don't have any.
And
Like-
Marvel Rivals is taking ages to move over.
Yeah, that's about right. Unfortunately.
I even paused Path of Exile 2 so that it can be ushered over. What do you think of that case, though?
It's fancy looking. Also blue?
Yeah,
How strange.
I let Charlie pick the color.
How strange. A non-standard, boring black or white case. Amazing. Like, how strange indeed. It's not the color of everyone's car. It has personality. Yes.
Are you still rocking the Steel Mountain?
Yes. I'll probably end up just getting, if I ever end up getting a new computer, or upgrading it, it'll probably be an entirely new case too, because it's good, but it's also extremely heavy, and while it's big, it's also hard to work with, since
Yeah.
it's starting to come apart.
LAN parties have totally revolutionized what I think is of value anymore.
Oh, I still think this is valuable, but unfortunately, I'm looking at it. I see 3 USB ports that are literally unusable
Oh, wow.
without being a fire hazard.
Oh, they just straight up failed. Yeah, one of my
Yeah, I've mentioned it before, right? Like that the USB, like the plastic USB bit inside it, the
Mhm.
plastic part inside it, came out.
Dude,
So they're
actually,
free floating.
one of my USBs don't work. Now I think about it, and that's a warranty thing. I might have to cross that bridge.
And speaking of not working things, like that one time that I don't have a working Ethernet port on one of the old motherboards that I had, and I had to get an external network card.
Hmm.
Because guess what?
What?
I think there was a tab still in the back plate of
Mm,
the thing, or like the back cover,
yeah.
that went into it and shorted the Ethernet
Ooh.
port out. Leave. So that had to get replaced too.
Come on, Marvel Rivals. Come on. I should have just queued this before leaving, so that it could just happen when I'm away.
Then I'll be like, oh, I need some before I can continue.
I guess this would be a good time for me to test out, figure out which USB port, as I know one of these have just thusly stopped working. So I
Well,
know.
that is a dangerous thing to check also, because make sure it's in like a USB that you don't care about, a USB drive or device, in case it
Oh,
damages the other side too.
that makes sense. Call. I'll be back. I can take my headset off for this one. All right, I'm back. Turns out
Welcome
all
back.
my USBs work. From what I can
Huh.
tell. So maybe it was just a bad moment. Just that devices didn't like it that time. And it must be just that one device that did not like that USB port.
Mm.
All right, Char, dip in 14 minutes, my friend. Oh, look at that. Don't start together. Just works a little bit slower. It's only a quarter, 1/10 of a size. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Ah. Gonna be savory. Oh, Child of Light is moving pretty fast. That was during the era of that game came out when hard drives, SSDs were kind of
Or what?
Child of Light is going a lot faster, but that was like during the era when Child of Light was when the SSDs were kind of way too expensive for the common poor schneeb.
I mean, also, back then things were also larger too, so it's a double-edged sword on that one.
Yeah.
Things were larger because they had to work in a hard drive. Did you know that?
Like files were just bigger because
No, actually, a big part of some of the stuff with the like old optimizations and stuff is that they had to duplicate things.
hmm.
So that way it would stay on the outer, so that way it would reduce seek times for hard drives
Hmm. Oh, that makes sense.
and drives in general, like CDs and stuff. And then you have a DVD drive going 40x on a CD. It get sound like it's about to break the entire drive,
Oh man. The days of burning
but that's just
DVDs,
normal.
burning CDs. That's a blast in the past. Seriously, like my
It's
cousin.
quite relevant for me because my uncle wanted me to check a bunch of CDs, so it would go like while I was reading it, to go like
It's going light speed.
like I actually like the thing that I was doing to read it. I brought it from max speed down like 3x from max, so that way it like half the volume.
Hmm.
Because it started sounding like it was maybe not actually, but it probably was fine, but it
Just starts
didn't
melting.
sound like it.
Starts melting internally.
It was
Oh.
definitely going very fast.
Yeah, I guess there's a Brotato update, and so it did not like me moving it. Setting. Storage. 200 gigabytes free. So now Path of Exile should be able to move over. Yeah, it's just 47 gigabytes. All right, I guess mapping's not happening today because QR had to come in. QC.
What happened?
I mean, I guess mapping's not happening. We're at least maybe when I get back, but in 10 minutes we're bouncing. So, and I'm still moving Path of Exile.
you're
So,
headed back. Ah, Zelensky, such is life. Said it twice.
huh?
That does
The
explain
command?
why all of a sudden you started having a lot of loading issues the last time. You must have moved it around earlier.
It's been a while since it's been a while since I moved it though. So see, after moving it, so thusly, you know, in the land of just doing system of deduction, we could thusly say it's not the hard drive. If my issues keep happening.
I mean, unironically though, those sort of like loading delays was definitely what would happen for me when I had a hard drive.
Yeah. Where we started casting into the rain.
I'm thankful that I have an SSD that still works. But it's barely the only, it's practically the only one that does, and it's not the most effective at it.
Yeah.
At least it isn't my boot drive, because that's already full just from Windows.
So like what?
Unfortunately, the fact that the drive that I actually like to use for putting games on, I decided to go kaput.
Mm.
And it wasn't even the refurbished
Is the refurbished still
one,
kicking?
which is, yeah, the refurbished drive is still fine. It's my boot drive at this point.
Yeah, it was on the computer that you tinkered with you know what I'm talking about, the one that you bought a hard drive
Yeah.
for. That
Mhm.
SSD is the one that started
Failing.
Yeah. Windows.
Yeah, I'm guessing unfortunately, that's kind of the nature of the old stuff, but it's also like, I think the more recent drives are just worse now.
Mm.
Seems
Unless you get
for no good reason.
Unless you get an M.2.
Even M.2.
Oh really?
Even then, mine hasn't gotten bad yet, but it definitely was suspicious at multiple times.
Suspicious behavior.
I just want that because it's easy to plug in and the port's already there.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I like to partition my things and not have to tear out my GPU just to update my drive. Because it's underneath my GPU to get to my M.2.
Well, we'll see how our bag of holdings hold when we start shoving servers stuff into it.
So wait, does that mean you have a bag of multiple holdings? So multiple bags of holding in your bag of holdings?
We'll see. We'll see how many bags we duplicate inside of our holdings.
Yes. So financial holdings then. Is a bag of holding, like, this is just pedantic nerd, is like a bag of holding doesn't have an S because it is just a bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
A bag of holdings sounds like a financial bag. Holding the stock holdings and stuff like that.
Yes, my hard drive carries a stock market.
That's just me being pedantic for a genre of a thing that I have not experienced in at least 10 years. Because I don't have anyone to play D&D with. Because I am across country from everyone that does. Which is just how it is.
It's just how it is.
Either a West Coast or East Coast people. Which is I'm not near either of them. And I'm too much of an antisocial introvert to go out and meet people. in a jokingly way, to actually go and meet new people to do that stuff with.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, you had to go, so I'll let you go now.
Oh, we dip in 3 minutes? I was hearing a friend. As we watch his Path of Exile bar. We could have taken this time to poke the KVM.
Oh, you'd have to tell me what to do that with, because I don't have the instruction book.
Yep. That'll definitely be something I won't be doing live streaming.
Oh, hey, Enter the Gungeon 2 got announced for
What?
2026, so time to forget about it, because this is early 2025, so it's at least 12 months from now.
It's gonna
Probably
be,
more like 16
is it going to be
or
releasing?
even 18.
It'll probably be releasing in early access.
Well, of course.
Oh, they actually have a Steam page.
Given the 3D nature of it, it will have. It'll be It'll be interesting to see if they also grasp the jaws of victory from defeat, like Risk of Rain 2 did.
Hmm.
Because transition of genres is there's a reason why it was a surprise Risk of Rain 2 was so popular and well established, because it's not very easy to do a 2D to 3D transition correctly.
Very true.
It's not very common in the first place, like, and usually when they do, it's a genre shift in a lot of ways. Like Mario, still platformer, but they changed how they did the platforming, and it was an experimental time in general. And then you have Bubsy, and then Sonic completely changed the style of the gameplay into like a really actiony sort of stuff instead of less of a platformery style. That's a bunch of platformers, and then there's also like Twin Stick. It quite literally is not really a thing anymore, because that's a 2D thing. Twin Stick. Once you get to 3D, it just becomes a mess, or it's just isometric, which is pretty much just 2D looking like 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Some 2D, 2.5D shenanigans there.
How do you like the April Fools of the Sega handheld?
I didn't. What?
That was-
I like didn't even know about it.
I saw my feed. I don't see it now. I thought it was funny.
See, the only April Fool's thing that I know about is the one from a couple years ago, when that was the visual novel of Sonic being dead. That was a couple years ago.
Hmm.
And this April Fool's thing of this year of the Minecraft April Fools, where they did an RPG roguelite sort of thing, which is like,
That's
well, that
funny.
would be a good one shot with our group.
Mm-hmm.
It's a joke sort of thing.
That would be a delightful joke. All right, Char.
All right, I'm gonna go.
I love you. Love you, Justice Say tonight.